Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back, and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a brand spanking new Best Techman to check out. We're gonna do a little quick unboxing and overall checkity outy. I hope you're having a fantastic day. By the way, my box looked like it got ran over by a UPS truck, but that's okay as long as the knife's not broken. I'm totally happy about it. It's not that bad, but I hope you're having a great day. As always, there's links in the pinned comment and in the description of this video that has I probably have a 5, 10, 15% discount code for Best Techman. That'll be down there, along with links to sharpening gear and supplies and flashlights and all kinds of stuff. But let's get to this bad boy here. This is the Best Techman Vector. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its vectorness. Ooh, this is a nice little small knife so far. At least it looks good. There are many, and I mean many different colorways. There's green, gold, pink. It's like a bright pink. Maybe that's fuchsia. You have the gray. There's a black. There's a bunch of different color options of this bad boy. This is a plunge lock, has a nice big stop pin going on right here. It has a captive pivot, cage ceramic ball bearings, and ooh, look at this. Very nice jimping. Look at that. Good job on the jimps, Best Techman. Very nice, very nice. And we have our deep carry reversible clip. It is inset into the scale, so that's very nice. Nothing's going to snag your pocket. I appreciate that. All right, and this is, if you know the size of my hand, I'll tell you now, remember this for later. My hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25, and that's what it looks like. So it's going to be just a little bit over, right around the 4-inch for your handle. All right, you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. And something I'm noticing, if you look along the edges here, they are crowned. They are nicely rounded off. So I bet our ergos are going to be comfy. I'm just wondering, I'm hoping that this dude right here is not going to be a hot spot because he's peeking out. We'll see how that turns out here in just a minute. So here's a look at this blade. They have this blade that you can also get the more stonewash version. And then they also have the black, probably going to be a PVD coated. And then here's a look at our thumb studs. Kind of rounded off. They may be comfy. Just a little bit of stair stepping going on. And our blade steel is D2. Well, that's a surprise. I did not know this was D2. That's something that you don't see a whole lot of these days is D2 blade steel. So it does have a coating that's going to help protect that D2. Very interesting. I was expecting to say 14C. You know what? For a quick size comparison, I happen to have the Ivy sitting right here. Let me put the Ivy in case you have an Ivy. And you know their parent, Best Techman's parent company, Best Tech, this is the Mothis from Best Tech. I just unboxed this recently. So if you got in on the Mothis, that might help you out. And since I'm already showing knives, we'll just do some size comparisons while I have it sitting down here. Here's a Benchmade bug out if you're a bug out fan. And you know, who doesn't like to look at knives, right? There's the CJRB Pyrite. And of course, you know, we got to put up a QSP Penguin because everybody needs a penguin, right? So it is right there along the size of the penguin. I'm just wondering how the handle is going to work out. If we're going to have enough handle for my hands or if it's going to be for medium hands. Here's the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. It's a little bigger than the Elementum. And you know, what do I have else over here? We'll just put this over here. We'll just put a big knife up here. How about a wee big banter? Okay, now let's play around. Let's play around with some more numbers and stuff like that. Keeping it on the table, it's coming in at 7.2 inches long, 3.1 inches for your blade, 2.6 inches for your sharpen length. Oh, we have a usable choil. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Our handle is 4.1 inches, and I'm guessing this is probably going to be around the 1-inch mark. Yep, it's right there, just a hair over 1 inches tall, which isn't too shabby. Let's play around with this knife and see what we think. Okay, so I already showed you the size of my hand. Let's see what it feels like when I do this. Give it the Beez squeeze. Ooh, that's comfy. Ooh, that's very comfy. I like the way that feels. That feels very nice in the hand. So going like this with the classic grip. Now the jimping, let's take a look at the old jimps. It has very nice little micro jimps. They went down into the spine. And if you look on the side, the edge of the spine right here, you can see how they did a nice chamfer, took off the edge so it's not uncomfortable to your hands. And then look at these little multi angles we have going on. We kind of have a flat right here, a swedge up here, and then the little angle from the chamfering that goes all the way back through the jimping. Now, me personally, I hold my knives like this, and when I'm going to do a push cut, if I'm pushing through some cardboard or something like that, I want my jimping to kind of fall out farther. So if I made a suggestion, I would say give us more jimping at least out to here, because when I put my finger on here, my thumb is just barely starting to hit that jimping. Now, if I choke back like this, which you can, and a lot of people do, then you're going to be totally fine. That jimping is fantastic. That is good stuff. Look how it's keeping my thumb from sliding. Man, that's nice. It's not. You know how you see a knife and you have expectations? This is exceeding expectations. Look how much handle length there is with that forward choil. If you have XL hands, this knife is going to be just fine in XL hands. This is nice. Now let's check out the action on this dude. That is incredibly smooth. As far as plunge locks go, you can see that when the blade is coming back, I'm not getting bounce out. That is a major plus. I kind of get annoyed when I get bounce out from a plunge lock, but that is coming down and staying in its home. Let's see how that feels. Yeah, nice. I don't know how they did it, but they did put a very nice, oh yeah, really nice amount of detent on there. I appreciate that. Now, can we reverse flick it? Pa-ching! Absolutely. And how about those thumb studs? Oh man, it comes snapping out with the throw tie. Listen to that. I like it. This is a nice little, budget banger. I'm wanting to call it a budget banger because, I have a discount. So these are going to be less than $50. I think less than $50 isn't too bad. D2, you don't see a whole lot, but I will say if the D2 is made right, I am all about it. And this is not thick blade stock at all. I'm going to check the blade stock real quick, because this is going to be slicey. Now, I know there's some folks that don't care for D2 because they live in, regions close to the ocean or something like that. I personally have never had issues with D2. It's never bothered me. 110 thousandths of an inch. So that's not too bad. It's thin blade stock. It's going to be nice and slicey. You can see, while we're playing, we might as well get a quick behind the edge and see what kind of geometry we have going on here. Let's see, right there behind the edge, right there, it is just about, oh yeah, it's 15 thousandths behind the edge, which is very nice. This is a nice slicey knife. Slicey blade. It has a good grind on it. Feels nice and grippy. Let's see. This side, nope. This side, nope. I don't feel any kind of rolling. Feels like a nice factory edge. It looks nice and even. If you look at that shadow. Pretty darn even. Oh yeah, very nice. So that's pretty cool. I like the fidgetability of this knife to begin with. I'll go all day long with that kind of fidgetability. And I can't wait till Mrs. Beez sees this or gets to feel it, because it's very comfortable in the hand. I like that. I think the one thing that would make it even better is if it was a top liner lock. That would be a great improvement. Moving away from plunge locks and going with top liner locks, I think, is the way to go these days. But as far as plunge locks go, it's a great knife. It's fantastic. I like it. I think it's a good one. Let me know what you think about the brand spanking new Best Techman Vector. I've never seen it before. I think it's a brand new model, and I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. I would like to see this in 14C28N, but other than that, pretty nice knife. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. You're going to have a couple videos show up on your screen right now. Those are going to be other knives or flashlights or gear. Go check those out. They might be very, very nice. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.